This is for my people. Dear Brooklyn. Bed-Stuy was my mother's womb. Her walls protected me from the crack era. And Bainbridge Street, her umbilical cord, passed on blood of both conquering lions of Judah and Black Panthers, mirroring Ethiopia from the west. But Flatbush was my breast milk and training wheels. Oh yeah, I'm a true Bush baby. Flatbush was my breast milk and training wheels before my teething enamel penetrated the love of my pink gums, allowing me to devour gifts brought at the rebirth and to walk through the ancient town of Canarsie, telling others my connection with my Indian kinfolk. Patois crept into the room of my black English, a new form of Brooklynese. Fair funny was of me tongue. And they are fine pulses of incense me tasted in potluck simmering on such an avenue. After matzo bread left, Brownsville was sweet chocolate. Until mother found your hardcore within too tough of a nut to crack. Prospect Park was my bed as a kid. Still having wet dreams of African festivals along Malcolm X Boulevard. Still fantasizing of buying every t-shirt and coding Jews along President Street in our apparel. So that when my memory crashes into my imagination like Church Avenue's missionaries intersecting with Ocean Parkway's conquistadors, every time I see them, I would contemplate of the originals from Kemet, marking our saints in Kente ashes before they were enslaved by Mr. Gates Avenue and moved east. New York after the Great Migration. Brooklyn, you are the future of every creation. A week before the Almighty ever conceived thoughts of relaxing on our own first Sabbath. Just bring back the past of stickball, skelly, and tops, where we traveled south to our own exotic island before getting lost in the Garden States. Great adventures. Learn Spanish at your corner bodegas, which resemble miniature Latin American countries right across from each other, and told Bushwick to again recite me old stories of how your word was once as good as your money. Right. And how folks window shopped at night before Fort Greene was not the place to go. And how you paid $1 que las películas hicieron sus niños reír y sonreír para todo el día y noche. Giving parents a break on Saturday. Forget a tree. Although I did like a tree grows in Brooklyn. But forget a tree. Brooklyn. You have been and always will be the Garden of Eden in the New World. And your coffee beans will turn narcoleptics into insomniacs without a single shot of espresso. Let me write your anthem, since new residents still believe Williamsburg has something to do with the South, at least until they tasted Peter Luger's famous steak. You speak every language that has been forgotten by women. You speak love, a lingua franca, almost destroyed by men, the most humble. And then if folks cross you, Brooklyn, you were tougher than arms without hands and fingers, reaching to pick nail, slammed into steel, after being coated in crazy glue. Remind others, residing elsewhere is the first sign of insanity. How dare they not make America's favorite hometown a permanent dwelling? Fell in love with you before memorizing my zip code, and you are the only thing keeping me from moving back to Africa. Faithfully yours and forever. Definition. So I'd be rude if I didn't introduce myself. They call me, well, my mama calls me Rice, but everybody else calls me Definition. Being said, this is called Yoga Your Mind. New York City, the Big Apple, always been a bookworm. Taught, eat your barrel fresh. Cause in the hood, the only CFCs we know come in the form of Crown Fried Chickens. And other fried spots located every other 5 seconds like clockwork. Burning our insides till sizzling of hypertension and diabetes. Pay attention. Our children are overly hyper as we die trying to beat these diseases. Genocide amongst ourselves. Organs going through civil war. Scarcely using fruits and vegetables as our weaponry, let alone our shields. Cannot bear to have any beer. Busted bottles reflecting the rage. We are pissed off. Cut the last letter from liver. Drink till we no longer live. Yet live we be at the parties. Sweating shots of liquor. Core shots. Assassinating 10,000 brain cells. Rarely thought of that. Time to treat New York City dwarf size. Placed as different barrels of apples outside your local markets. Devour them before your peach cobbler. Cannot go a day without bathing and we still do not get enough water. Remove tea from our diet. Watch us die from the same cancer we suffer from when swallowing cold drinks with our meals. Or from overindulging in meats. Surprise, chickens cannot fly away from all the animal cruelty with the steroids tattooed onto their wings. We have become cockroaches, lurking at night in a city that never... feeding off crumbs of leftovers. Washed past curbs or sidewalks with the same water we hardly drink. Thank you.